Hi, my name is Monroe. I'm an indie filmmaker from Austin, Texas, and I want to answer a question somebody asked me. Any ideas for recruiting talent with little or no money for a no budget short? I don't believe in no budget shorts. I think everything costs money. Wi Fi costs money, cellular data, say if you're filming a short film on your cellular device, that costs money. Um, Video equipment costs money. The computers that you're going to edit this thing on costs money. There's some apps like the Filmic Pro app that you can use, once again, for iPhone filmography, costs money. Everything costs money, so I don't believe in a no budget short film. Even if you're going to be paying for gas, the Wi-Fi, if you're Airbnb a location, if you got to pay for people's food that are going to work for you, everything costs money. So there's no such thing as a no budget short film. It's really low budge. So keep that in mind. Number two, you said any ideas for recruiting talent. Now, notice how you didn't say recruiting actors. So what the advice that I'm about to give you works for all talent, whether it's a cinematographer, or it's going to be a gaffer, or a grip, or it's going to be a behind the scenes crew that's going to film the making of your short film, whatever it's going to be. Your actors, the drivers, whoever it is, you said recruiting talent. If you have very little money or no money whatsoever, I highly recommend a barter, a trade. You have to trade, and you have to give 10 times more than what you're asking for. It takes a lot to ask someone to sacrifice their weekend for a low budge short film for you. But there's got to be some upside, an itch to scratch for those people that you can do for them that's going to cost you virtually nothing. What do I mean by that? So let's just use actors as an example. Say you want to use a cousin of yours, take some behind the scenes photos and videos of him or her and have them posted on the gram, right? So, maybe set aside time to record a podcast with other people on your set, talking about the making of the movie. That's good value. Maybe take some time to film some portrait photography, or to film some photography of the actors or actresses or anybody else, the talent, so they can put it on their social media, right? So they can show people that they're living a life, that they're doing something fun and everything. So you have to bring these frugal ideas to the door. Look at it as like bringing roses to the door for this talent first. There's always a transaction. There's always a trade. What do people want? What do they want? Maybe they want exposure, sure, but like, how can you maximize that? Maybe it's photos for social media, behind the scenes for them, doing a podcast for them. What can you do for them first? And the way they reciprocate is by working 4, 6, 8 hours on your short film. That's what you got to do. And this is kind of, a little higher tier for people, but make sure your short film, write it. If it's fiction, write it and make it a damn fine, compelling piece of fiction. If the script and the screenplay is really, really good, that's going to compel people to want to work for little to no money whatsoever on that film, because they're going to want to be a part of it if it's special. So it doesn't mean you need to write the next Pulp Fiction and you have to go out and create something that no one's ever seen before. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. But if it's really, really good and it's a fine story, I think that's going to compel people to work for you for little to no money as well. So bring the flowers to the door. Create a stellar script that people would sacrifice their weekend for, and barter and trade something of 10x value to the people, the talent that you're going to ask for them to sacrifice their weekend. Trade something for them. Maybe they do music, right? So feature their music in the short film, something like that. There's always a good barter that someone can trade talent for talent. So look at it like that. Quite frankly, to be honest, sometimes cash is easier. So do what you got to do to save an extra $1,000. Sell some stuff on Facebook Market or Craigslist, and do what you have to do to make this short film. Also, what is the afterlife of the short film going to be? Are you going to put it for free on YouTube? Are you going to put it on a website with a paywall? Say it costs $2.99 for me to see the movie. What are you going to do? I highly recommend. It doesn't really matter where you put the film in its afterlife, but I would highly recommend also recruiting a behind the scenes crew that can film the making of this low budget short film. So you can have the short film that's 5 to 10 minutes, and you can have the making of the short film as well. So that way you're making two things for the price of one, more value. See what I'm saying? So that's how you have to look at this. And the best part is once you do it once, you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And I'd like to hope after the 30th time, maybe by then you have more of a budget to make something that's more ancillary to your passions, to your communication style, to your vision. And that's what we're doing at the end of the day. We're just telling stories. That was a really, really good question. And thank you for asking. My name is Knives Monroe. Visit indiedarlings.net if you want to see what we're about. Visit Knives Monroe versus the podcast on Spotify. Give it a follow. Give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 stars on Apple Podcasts. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Keep a force field around your heart, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.